Broadway actor Bryan Batt is best known as Salvatore Romano in the Mad Men television series. He was a guest speaker at the American Theater Critics Association recently, where he discussed his life in theater and his life on Mad Men. Here he talks about Mad Men costumes.
The costumes were designed by the brilliant Janie Bryant, who is a dear friend, and we just kind of clicked the first day because I love the costumes. I really love, I think it's a very important part of the character. So what we'd do at the beginning of the season, you'd have fittings, and she would go, most of the costumes were rented. They were actually vintage clothing. And there are costume houses in LA and New York, and you would have an appointment, and she would already pull everything from that period in your size. And you would try on and try on and try on, and she made a closet for you. Because she believed, these people were going to work, and at that time you didn't wear. And when you go to work, you wear the same thing sometimes. You mix things up, but you don't have full range of Saks Fifth Avenue to go get what you're going to wear to work. There's several pair of shoes that you repeated, and that's how it worked. Now, as far as with the character, it was very interesting when you put those vintage suits on. They're cut very differently from the way clothes are made today. Now we're all about comfort. And back then, they were all about uncomfort, especially for the women. I mean, the women had it the worst. I mean, they had the corsets and the hose with the garters, and they had the torpedo bras, and they, But we, the guys, I will tell you this: the pant legs were so skinny you could not even bend your leg all the way, your knee all the way. The armholes were cut very small and pulled tight, so you couldn't help but have perfect posture. You could not slump. It was very interesting. I had actually a tie. I had a tie, and it was a little tie, and then they put the button downs, and then also they had a button on the back, a buttonhole in the back of the tie thing to hold it into place. It was just, everything was so pent up and buttoned up, and everything else behind all that, with the writing and the storyline, was all bubbling to come out. So it was just very interesting. And she was, what you don't notice, if you look, you have to look really closely. It's on Broadway too. William Ivey Long and all the wonderful costume designers have very specific, why they use this color. William Ivey Long, I learned this, if there's a victim ingenue or whatever, he calls it Mary Blue, Mother of God Blue. He puts them in this beautiful shade of blue, the victim blue. And you watch it. I shouldn't say that, but it does. And Janie was very into patterns and very into texture, and I'll never forget the first season I had. It was my first big episode that I had some real meat. I had a scene with, I can't remember his name, but he was trying to pick me up at dinner and all this stuff. And I wasn't nervous, but I was excited. And she actually had a vest to go with my outfit. And if you look very closely, there were little embroidered fleur-de-lis. And she said, "That's for New Orleans, so you just be comfortable." Yeah, I love you.
Okay. This is Pam Harbaugh for BrevardCulture.com.